Hey, 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 what is going on? I'm excited and honored to be a part of this event, this experience. I can't wait. Virtual hugs to everyone. This is good. This is good. But thank you so much for honoring me today. And I'm excited because this topic, leadership 2.0, meaning that we're taking leadership to another level. Leadership was such a male dominated word that I love how we as women are taking over. And lead her is all about tapping in and tapping within. And so one thing that I realize is even as leaders of our household, leaders in our business, leaders in our careers, we oftentimes forget about leading ourselves. Yes, yes, and yes. And so one thing that I want us to think about in 2021 moving forward is how we are going to position ourselves to lead from within to truly be that lead her. So I can't help you lead effectively if I'm not leading myself. Yes. And so one thing that I want us to focus on is, yes, we have our core support team. We have people that we can count on. Some of us do, some of us don't. Some of us are blessed to have family members, friends, business partners, and some of us feel like we're on this lone ship by ourselves. But what I will tell you is taking this lead her from inside and giving her a voice, giving her a platform. Not saying that you're writing a book, not saying that you're public speaking. I'm talking about your own platform, meaning that you're on your own time. Meaning that you're doing the things that you feel called to do and led to do. Do not do anything this year that you are not led to do as a lead her. I'll repeat, do not do anything this year that you do not feel led to do. So your word should be, I feel led to do this. I am led to do this. Right. And so this makes a big difference on how we set our own agenda of life for 2021. We get off of other people's agenda and hop on our own. So here's some tools when it comes to lead her ship, right? There's relationships, there's partnerships, there's elevation ships, there's all kind of ships going on, but the lead her ship, I want it to look more like you, more like your authenticity. You don't have permission to use the word imposter. I dare you. I will fight. I'm taking the earrings off. I will fight. If you even think about using the word imposter, when you know God has created you to be authentically you, nobody can touch you because you're all that and a bag of chips, chicken noodle soup with a soda on the side. Now, do you sometimes get confused? Do you sometimes wonder if you're doing the right thing, if you're in the right lane? Yes. Are you looking at sometimes saying, Dag, I see how she's soaring. When is it my turn and my time, God? Okay, I understand those feelings. Do you have some feelings of some time where you're like, I don't know. I feel a little insecure. I'm doubting myself. Yes. Okay, that's valid. But don't you dare disrespect the purpose and the woman inside of you by using the word imposter when there's only one person on this earth with your fingerprint, one person on this earth with your name, the way you have it, one person on this earth that has your blood, one person on this earth that has your purpose, one person on this earth that has your style, your grace, your class, even your attitude. Do you know that God has created everything great within you? Lead her. So what I'm saying is God is so good. I'm going to go to church and we're going to go to four tips here. I don't want you to forget that authenticity has no competition. Now, does it mean that you're not going to be uncertain and doubtful at times? Yeah. Have some fears, feel uncomfortable, not too sure, wondering, wandering, trying to wing it. Yeah. Does it mean that you are perfect and you know everything in an alignment? No. You don't operate in the cult culture of feeling like you need to have everything in order in a certain time, in a certain space. The only sacrifice you are giving at this point is your time, undivided attention, and intellectual capital. But that's only if you feel led. So let me tell you how good God is, how great he is that he will make sure even the haters, even your enemies and enemies, He made sure that he gave you great ones to learn a lesson from. That part. Even he gave you even great opportunities. Even he gave you the greatest storms. He's given you the greatest obstacles. He's given you the greatest challenges. He's even given you the greatest will to say, oh my God, I know this ain't right, but I'm going to do it. This is so great. Even the bad is great because there's nothing that he's going to give you that you can't handle that is not assigned or aligned with who you are. And it's up to you whether you want to say that's great, that's good, that's not me. Yes? Yes, are we here? All right. So here, when we're talking about leadership, understanding that even in your worst, you still got the best because you've learned a hell of a lesson that you said, I'm not going back to that. That Negro crazy. Not doing it. Nope. That job, I'm gonna catch a case. So we've got the best lessons to build tools from within to be who we are and to turn into who we're becoming. But don't you dare use the word imposter. That's one thing you're not. You never have been one. You don't look like one. You don't sound like one. Maybe some of you have been confused and tried to copy to look like something else, but you're not an imposter. You're trying to figure things out. What God has created in you is truly authentic. And in order for you to make sure that this ship is sailing in the direction that it needs to sail, because everything for me this year is about alignment. And when you're looking at the ship and the alignment, we have to make sure that we understand the metrics. We understand our geographical location. We understand who's on board with this ship. We have to make sure that the pilot, which is you, the captain, which is you, is on point, knows which way they're going, able to decipher the weather, the time, hello, somebody, and the direction all in one. You have to know the air and the water at the same time. You have to understand where the wind is coming from. If it's the north, the south, the east, and the west, you have to know everything about your ship, leader. So nobody can come on board and tell you anything about the flow that you're in right now. No one even has the capability to direct you because your wind may be looking like it's going towards the north. And what they're telling you is to go to the south. Be very careful, my authentic leaders. So what I'm telling you, here's number one. Number one is, as a leader, be willing to do what matters most. Write that down. For 2021, for this second quarter we're about to go into, I am willing to do only what matters most. And I got to be led to do it. If I'm not led to sow a seed, I'm not sowing it. If I'm not led, because sometimes you got to allow God to supersede your feelings, right? Remember I said, oh, I feel led. Sometimes our feelings ain't even all in alignment, leaders, right? We're like, but I feel I should go this way. Stay your direction, check your metrics, check your geographical location. Is everything going good with the water and the foundation that you're on? Does anything need to be fixed? Right? And so how's the crew? Right? And so doing what matters most is key. That's one, how you maintain your crew. That's how you maintain your crew. Oh, y'all want to know what the crew is? That's your mind. That's your heart. And that's your mouth. And it includes your feet, where you're walking. Your mind, your heart, your mouth, and your feet. That's your whole crew right there. That's your crew. They checking in. Captain, what's going on? Stinking thinking. Got to get it right because my feet will direct me to the wrong direction. And I don't want to feel like, I don't want to get my heart in the wrong space. So we got to, and I don't want to speak the wrong thing. So we got to check the captain. What's going on? Captain got to check the crew. We know what we see, right? But we got to make sure that everything is in alignment so that it's right. All right. The second thing that we have to do in a lead her and making sure that the ship is sailing in the right direction at the right time, in the right place for the right people, is understanding that when to say yes and when to say no. I'm not going to elaborate in that anymore. You've heard it enough. You've heard it in church. You've heard it in the brunches, the bougie brunches we attended in the past. We've heard it in the hair salons. We've heard it in the nail salons. Our girlfriends told it, listen, when to say yes and when to say no. Some of you are sitting on a yes. I'm not even talking about who you need to say no to. Some of you are sitting on your yes. You're not giving a yes because you're not open to receiving. You're not giving a yes because you're so used to being let down and people not exceeding your expectations. And it's all right. It's all right. It's all right. That's why we got to check the crew. How you feel about this? And when you're looking at the crew, one, assessing every situation, not overanalyzing. I said assessing. That's for my overanalyzers and perfectionists. When you're assessing the crew is one, you're saying, A, do I trust? B, how are they what experience am I having right now? What am I feeling? What do I know? And then C, what is the positive vibe? What is the vibes that I'm grabbing? Do they leave me feeling positive? Is this going to change something within me or the people that I care about? So C is all about the change. B is all about making sure that the vibe is in alignment, positive vibes only. How do I feel about them? How do they feel about me? Is this thing right? Is it ethical? Is it operating in integrity? A was all about trust. So now we'll go to the third one. This is the last one. I wrote down 10, but I think 3 is key because I really want to tap into this language that's going around called imposter. And when I tell you, it is boiling me up on fire, because I said, man, God, how dare we? In our mind, we have given them a space in our lives, and the 3 luxuries are doubt, uncertainty, and fear. Can you let those luxuries go? They are not only holding you back, they are taking up too much real estate space. Where did this uncertainty come from? Where did these fears come from? Where did this doubt come from? Did you operate on this earth before? We can't, and I'm not trying to get at anybody. I'm talking to myself. So Lucinda, sometimes you got to have that conversation. I'll turn to this side because the edge control ain't all that on this side. So you got to turn to yourself and where did this uncertainty come from? When did you stop trusting God, even though you don't know? When did you stop trusting that you have such doubt in a purpose that you didn't give yourself? In a vision that you didn't give yourself? You didn't get you're just playing a part. Can you play your role as this wonderful spiritual being having a human experience? Where did this uncertainty come from? Flip-flopping, sure, not sure. Yes, but no. Where did you get so confused and lost in this process? Who did this? Why is this happening? What went on? What conversations were you having? Maybe you're not surrounding yourself around people that add to your trust, your values, your morals, your integrity. Where's the uncertainty coming from? And for me, talking to myself, I had to say, you know what, Lucinda, you don't know it all. You do not know it all. Open yourself up to receive. Just because you don't know doesn't mean that you should be counted out, that your voice doesn't matter. Listen, one of my good friends, he says, based on from my book, powerful people ask powerful questions. So there we go with the doubt, the fear, and the uncertainty. When are we going to let those 3 luxuries go? Because some of us have been worshiping these things for way too long. We're idol worshiping fear. Oh, yes, fear. I'm so scared. I want to tell everybody, I'm just fearful. And you know how many things we were able to overcome? See, this is where tapping within as a leader matters, because I want you to write down some things that you were able to overcome and one strength that you got from each of them. I don't care if it was learning patience because someone broke your crayons when you were 5 and you wanted to snap their neck, but you didn't. Guess what? That was patience on your belt. I want to talk about how you may have been verbally abused in the past, but you've learned to listen and not absorb. So you learn how to process information, what's true and what's false about people. That's a strength, because now you learn to grow and know who you were and not what they said you were. Okay, that part. Maybe some of us have dealt with certain addictions before, right? And so even I want you to find a strength based on every obstacle, challenge, and even win. Right? It doesn't have to be traumatic, but even your wins. Because when you start girding yourself up and putting on your armor and looking at not all of the scars that you've gone through, but all of the weapons that you were able to gather together to fight against these fears, doubts, and uncertainties, only then will you be able to effectively launch your ship as a lead her and say, come on board, it is safe here. What has happened in the past is people are inviting others on their ship, and the lead her is not in alignment and has no clear direction on where she's going, and she's winging it because she's dealing with fears, doubt, and uncertainty and what somebody else said that she was. Your assignment is to walk it out. I'm trying to learn myself. Yesterday was my birthday. Tonight is my birthday dinner. And listen, even in my 40s, right? Even in my 40s, I'm still trying to discover and uncover more of who Lucinda is. I want to know who she is, even in the greatest weakness. Who is she? What is she made of? Because when I board you onto the ship and I say, come on, we're about to go. I want you to be a part of this. We're going to go over here. I don't want to stop what you need to do. Because if I'm not elevating you to get your ship going and you're just on my ship, that sounds like slavery. I'm just saying. And so I don't want to hold anybody captive, and you need to remove anything that is holding you captive. Snip it off. I want y'all to grab some scissors, fake scissors right now. All right. And just start snipping it off. Just start snipping. Just start cut. We need to break all ties. And if they're meant to come back, I'm breaking all ties. I'm breaking every tie, because I don't know what I've created in the points where I was dealing with fears, doubt, and uncertainty. I wasn't seeing well. The captain wasn't operating right. My feet didn't make the right movements. I wasn't making the right decisions, didn't make the right actions, and definitely wasn't making the right steps because maybe I wasn't in alignment, right? And I'm okay to say that. But guess what? That's a badge. That's another, I was a Girl Scouts honor. That's another badge that goes on my vest to say, guess what? Guess what you learned? You learn that by procrastinating, Lucinda, it gets you nowhere. You learn that you wanted to use the excuse that you work under pressure as a way of saying that, that's your best way to work. Honestly, you just avoid structure and discipline. I had to learn that. That was a badge. I had to eat that. So how much more money am I going to miss because I am running from discipline and structure, and I want to say that I operate, or under pressure and think it's cute? Nope. So this goes to everything: breaking ties with ourselves, breaking ties with our belief, breaking ties in even what we feel, and opening up ourselves to be led so that we can lead. There's too many leaders who don't know how to be led. And that means checking even within. No judgment, no criticism. I'm not saying you go beat yourself up. I want you to say, look, girl, look what you've gone through. Look how many times you redirected your ship when you seen a storm coming. Look how many times you even went through the storm and came out all right. Might have lost a few casualties. All right, not everybody makes it. Not everybody can weather the storm of motherhood. Maybe he left you and your babies. He couldn't weather the storm. That's all right. That's all. We dropped a few casualties in the water. Hope he ain't drowned, but it's okay. We still moving forward, right? We're still moving. Might be a little fine yacht down the block. I'm just saying, let's go a few more feet down. We may lose some casualties. And I thought homegirl was it. I thought homegirl was my bestie. I thought, some of us I thought that was my sister. We sisterhood. She took my business idea. That's great. Redirect my ship. That's another storm we had to go through. Sometimes we go through it. Sometimes we can avoid it. But at the end of the day, we all learn from it because God is good and God is great. And he's going to give us even the greatest, even in the worst. I hope that makes sense to you. I hope you get it. I hope you're able to write down. This is your assignment. Write down every strength that you was able to grab from. I don't care if it's Lucinda. I learned to communicate and open my mouth and speak up for myself. You know what I learned, Lucinda? I learned that I need proper rest. Lucinda, you know what I learned? I learned that I needed to stop procrastinating. I learned that, it's okay to still have friends and fully not trust everybody, but it was okay. It's okay because people are here for a season, reason, and lifetime. I learned to not take things personal, Lucinda. I learned to manage my anxiety, Lucinda. I've learned to, so you got to talk. I want you to tell me what you were able to overcome based on the storms that you have taken and avoided and went through in your past ships. This new relationship, partnership, joint venture is with you. I want you to come into agreement with yourself, which is once being in alignment with God, not worshiping yourself, but we've worshiped fear, doubt, and uncertainty. And say, listen, I'm releasing those things now. And it's not going to happen overnight. But I'm going to learn how to release this so that I can grow, so that I can write a book, not just to write a book, but I write a book that changes lives. I never wrote my book just to be a New York Times bestselling author. That's fine. It's cute. But if it doesn't help anyone change, why is my name on it? Why did I even put the energy and the time in it just to get the title and the accolades? When I walk into, and I shared this the other day, when I walk into these juvenile detention centers, you think they care about a New York Times bestselling book or an award from President Barack Obama? You know what they care about? Hearing from somebody who has been through what they've gone through and able to tell them that this is, when you get out of this storm, here's what you could put in place. Here's a plan. Here's a strategy. Here's a system. And as a result of this system, here's the things that you can accomplish or achieve, and I'm a witness. They want to hear real talk. They could care less how many followers I have, if I have a blue check, if I have 1 million people on Clubhouse. They don't care about that. So that's why, as a leader, we got to check within to see if we are really doing the work. And if not, how to tap back in to do the work and be heavily compensated. Oh, yeah. I want equal or more compensation for the value I bring to the table. I tell God all the time. I love my people. I'm going to the juvenile detention center, but it's also my job to make sure that I'm in alignment to get contracts and connections so that I can go in these places and do things no cost, low cost, but because I already worked on the top 6-figure deal. I've already worked on getting 50 from them, 25 from them, right? Oh, I want equal or more compensation for the value I bring to the table. Why? Because when I look at the storms that I was able to weather and master, the obstacles, the challenges, the risk, the learning, the tears. Oh, I tally that up. Oh, the time I cried when he showed up late to the hospital. Check. The tears that I dropped, when I found out I was pregnant and he wasn't happy, check. Also, I write down the fact that, they didn't pay me what I was worth at that job. The clients didn't pay me on all these tears, all the stress and worry. Oh, that goes down. That goes down. That increase your whole value in your stock. We need to increase just like Bitcoin. So in closing, what I will tell you is understand not only do you bring value to the table, but it is important for you to start leading from within, tapping in her, finding out what she likes to do. If you want to twerk on Tuesdays, you twerk on Tuesdays. Stop allowing other people who have no clue what they're doing with their own lives dictate your agenda and what you do with yours and the direction that you go. Listen, it is time not only to lead, but to be led. And it's going to take for you to check in with the crew. What's going on here? We need more sleep. We need more prayer. We got to embrace discipline. Got to stop eating out. Got to start eating more brain food. What else? We need to be calmer. Don't take things so personal. Don't overthink about it. Don't overthink it. Don't procrastinate. Checking in the heart. Are you mean or you nice? What's going on here? Are you hurt? You being too emotional? Do you need to let it go? right? Because we don't need nothing fluttering here. We don't need nothing. All right. And why are you doing this? Is it because you're a people pleaser, or is it because you feel led to and you're called to do this? Oh, okay. You're people pleasing again. Okay. So don't do it. So we got to check. What's going on with the mouthpiece? Are we speaking our truth? Is our word our wand? Are we creating magic? Are we creating change with what we're saying? Is it of substance, or are we just talking? Is this a conversation that we could avoid, or is this a difficult conversation that needs to be had? Is this a voice that we need to use, or are we just speaking and adding to the white noise because we haven't allowed our word to be our wand? And then the last one is looking at our steps that we're taking. How are you moving? The decisions that you're making, are you allowing God to order your steps? So on that note, I am honored to be a part of this event, Her Story, Women Who Lead 2021. I look forward to seeing everyone face to face sooner than later. I am the author of The Big Ask. If you don't have a copy of that book, you better go grab it and get your leadership butt in order. Somebody, yes, because I believe I am a leader of leaders and a teacher of teachers. And so if we're here together today, there's something that we both could teach each other, and there's a direction that we can both lead within, right? But when I see your ship and you see my ship, give me a little toot. Let me know that you see me. And that's what we all need, is a little toot, so that not only that I can, we're not in competition with each other, but you could toot yours and I could toot mine. And I say, girl, I see you going. And you could say, you see me going. I'm going to the north. All right, I'll be over there. And I see you going to the west. And I'm not mad if your ship got more people on it than mine, right? And she's not mad because her ship got more people than, you know what I'm saying? But we just all cruising and doing what we need to do to get to our destination, called purpose, called life, called change. Yes. So on that note, I am going to pass it back over to Lakeisha.
I had to make sure my edges. Who, Miss Lucinda, you be, baby. This chat over here is on fire. Okay. Look, somebody talking to Crystal say, baby, snacks.
I can't deal. Listen, this was so good. Let me see. They said, look at the chat. They are going off.
They going off. I need to get my wig grip. Crystal, I'm not gonna.
I can't. I love it. Who said that? I have to sit here and look in this chat. They was cutting up while I was talking.
They was cutting up, Miss Lucinda, like you brought it. They was, yeah. So look, a lot of stuff. I'm on an event. It's my edges right now. Oh my gosh.
Drop, doubt, fear, uncertainty. They taking notes. I'm loving this.
Oh yeah, they was on it. This whole session was fire. It just lines up with what everybody else has been saying all morning. All morning.
Baby snatched. I can't deal.
Ooh, somebody said they need Gorilla Glue. Y'all better stop. Well, we certainly appreciate you. Thank you so much for sharing part of your birthday celebration with us. Happy birthday, Queen.
Thank you.
We love you so much. So you enjoy the rest of your birthday weekend.
Yeah.
And we will chat with you definitely soon.
I'm gonna hang out and watch who's next and just go through this chat and crack up.
You finna crack up. You finna crack up because they play too much up in here. You
know what? I got something. I'm coming out with an edge control. It's gonna call. It's gonna call. She snatched me. Watch or something like that. I'm coming out with edge control.
Yes. Please do.
Watch me. Give me 2.5 minutes. I'm gonna come out with my own edge control. So because I can't.
Yes, we need it. So y'all stay tuned. We'll be right back. Thank you, Miss Lucinda.
Thank you.